Let me take you on a tour of the all-new Lexus RX here from the LA Motor Show with Thomas for Autogefuel for you. And here the RX, look at that new front grille, all new generation. That is, oh my god, I can, it almost looks like a train from the front, doesn't it? So, whoa, I mean, or like a snow plow, doesn't it? Copper crest is this really interesting stock color, by the way. The headlamps, they are quite similar as the ones before, or we also know from the NX in the new generation, like the samurai design, but I can't get over this grille. Really? I think this is a little bit too much, isn't it? Wow. But I can also show a matte purple color for today, a non-stock color. This will also be interesting with the second vehicle too. This one is also the F Sport trim here in the 500h, the top horsepower spec. Let's talk more about that. Because here in the 500h, they're using a new 2.4 liter 4-cylinder turbo with 366 horsepower and around 6 seconds in the acceleration figure. There's an electric all-wheel drive at the rear axle, an additional motor, but you'll also get lower spec versions, for example the 450h Plus, the plug-in hybrid coming later, and already available the 350, either with the 2.4 liter turbo like in this one with the lower spec, or as the hybrid version, the 350h, this one then the 2.5 liter naturally aspirated engine. Here 21-inch wheels, the big ones, but base ones would start at 19-inch. The overall length here has not changed, but they moved the rear axle 2.4 inches to the back to increase the wheelbase a little bit. Then we can see this flying roof effect here because we have this black badge, and then it appears that the top part of the roof would actually be flying. But the side profile, you can see more an evolutionary change to the RX. Yeah, that front is really something way different. This new platform, by the way, is supposed to be quieter in driving, also stiffer, and the new platform also brings down the weight about 200 pounds. And once again, platform share with the ES and the NX. Towards the rear, this looks really amazing here with the light strip going all the way across the vehicle. Very beautiful and slim integration. So for me it is like the front, a little bit too much, but side and rear I like pretty much. What about you? Do you like the design of the new generation? Of course. What about the interior? Door handles. The outer part does not move. There's an inner part that gives you slight feedback. And then door closing sound. Oh, it's actually pretty cool, very solid, and look at that, how it is aligned. Lexus is also famous for build quality, of course, and of course for the reliability. Recent reliability figures once again show Toyota and Lexus are top notch. And then look at that lower part there, how the door is really like cut out in that way. Wow, this is so much work in the shop actually. And also you can see that the rear inside, the lower inside of the door will be protected then, that this area here always stays clean. The F Sport interior means a sportier styling. Here we have some Alcantara insets, for example, the Mark & Levinson top sound system here for great sound. To get out of the vehicle, you press it here instead of pulling. You can, however, also use the manual pull. That would be the manual thing. And this one then here is the electric unlocking. This is the same in the new NX. Then this new cockpit right here. This is also the F Sport trim once again. Perforation at the side of the steering wheel. These buttons here are still the real buttons actually. Then the seating trim. On the 500h, it is always animal skin. However, for the 350 versions, you can also get the new Lux material, which kind of feels the very, very same and is then leatherette based. Here also with some Alcantara inserts. Of course, the question is about the seating comfort here in the RX. It's a grown-up full-size SUV and it always offers decent comfort, and yeah, the previous generation was already comfortable, this one here too, so you can get a very nice seating position also with 189 or 6'2". That leaves this amount of headroom to the roof, which is here in this one a panoramic roof. You will also be able to open that one. Either you can apply a shade, but you can also open the whole thing. Steering wheel here with an electric control if the car is powered. Here we go. We have power up and down, in and out as well. And there are the digital instruments. Here that small screen on the inside. Basically it does the job with showing you the speeds and it. And we also have a head-up display where we can see all the folks at the motor show. And of course also in the head-up display in the front. Yeah, pretty crowded place, right? Low trims start with a 10-inch screen. This one is the optional, or included in the higher trims, the 14-inch screen. We already know from the new NX. And this has also upgraded software, for example. Still could, of course, be more responsive. Here, the heated steering wheel you can activate in there. The good thing is that you still have the manual climate dials right here. It's like, maybe you know it from the Ford Mustang Mach-E as well. It's a mix of screen and this knob here. So it's very interesting, definitely, but why not? I mean, it can still turn something to change temperature. That's a very good thing to have. Other details here, look at that. The menu structure is not too complicated. Of course, you'll also have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto then to connect your smartphone, which you will doing most of the time, I guess. This one, by the way, obviously, I'm not sure. Someone has already ripped off here on the motor show these dials. I don't know. That sometimes happens when people are not really taking care of the vehicle. I don't know. Or maybe they did take it off, that people don't mess with the sound system. I don't know. And then you have here 2 USB-C chargers in the lower part. You can slide this one open here. They also put some tape here that no one removes that USB stick there. Inductive charging pad, and this is also then the usual shifting lever. I think they maybe removed that one that no one puts a gear in or something. That might be interesting, right? Or is this the racing shifting lever? I'm just kidding. Then here, this one here is the adaptive cup holder. And then this armrest here, you can open it to both. You can open it to both sides like this, and massive space underneath. So overall here, a nice upgrade, more overview, easier infotainment system, and also with the temperature dials that we still have, the manual ones. I think I'm quite happy when I look previous generation to new generation. Definitely a nice upgrade. No, I'm telling you a very scary story. Yeah, just using the light here a little bit on me because it's really dark here in that rear cabin when you have these black seats. And headroom-wise, with 189 or 6'2", it does directly fit, but not more. So close. Legroom here in the front, you can see, is still okay. So you can easily fit in here with 4 tall adults. But the rear cabin space has not been increased. It is said it's rather a little bit smaller, but overall definitely okay. Let's take a look here. We have some cup holders right there, and then a little bit more space underneath right here. This could be a little bit better in the quality, I have to say. And then the middle part right here is a little bit higher, so not ideal for tall adults, but somewhat okay. But overall, very nice comfort from the seating ergonomics, both front and the rear. And here, this middle console right here, you can see you have also seat heating, seat cooling for the rear seats, if you go for that options, and once more, USB-C chargers. Now let's take a look at the trunk. Peep, peep, peep. They always have a lot of beeping sounds, don't they? Oh, this is a very nice F-Sport floor mat, right? That's number one reason to go for the F-Sport, I guess. I'm just kidding. Here underneath, there's a spare tire. That's always very crucial to our US viewers, I know. And then let's take some measures here. Trunk, because the trunk has been increased a little bit. This here, 1 meter or 40 inches in length. And you can see here, this width here is already a little bit more than 1 meter or 40 inches. And even wider than here between the wheel arches. The total height of that trunk is 73 centimeters or between 28 and 29 inches. And you can see you can fold the seats from here, electric way. There we are. It takes a while, but I mean, it looks fancy. Yeah, maybe not the best feature to show off to your friends. And then let's see, when I put the measurement to the seat as I would be driving, that's like 180 in meters or 71 inches. And look at that here. This is the announced purple vehicle with a matte purple paint. This is not available from stocks. If you would be interested, that is available from the plant. Maybe you file in a request here in our comments and Lexus reads it. Yeah, very unique for sure. Also with unique 22-inch wheels, super massive. So once again in the F Sport trim and also with the black contrast at the mirrors here, for example. Let's also follow me to the rear. Wow, that looks really massive. Wouldn't be my favorite color overall. You know, I'm more into Thomas blue color, a bright blue color. but also very impressive here from the rear. Once again, an RX 500H trim, and also with the F Sport, as I said, what we had with the other vehicles. So overall, looks quite interesting. I would be interested also in the new Lux high-grade leather trims in the 350. Maybe we can show that to you at a later stage. If you subscribe to our channel, we will also fill you in with the driving review, of course, at a later stage here of the all-new Lexus RX. And you should check out the Lexus NX review. We already have it here on our channel. And of course, even more Lexus content.